Welcome to Wisdom Audiobooks. Have you ever wondered how some people seem to effortlessly become smarter every day while others struggle to keep up? In a world overflowing with information, the ability to learn, adapt, and grow isn't just a skill, it's a necessity. This audiobook reveals the keys to unlocking your intellectual potential and transforming your daily habits into a powerful growth engine. Introduction. The audiobook Smart People Keys to Become Smarter Every Day is written and published by Wisdom Audiobooks. Let's face it, life today moves at an incredible pace. For students, the pressure to excel academically can feel overwhelming. For professionals, staying ahead in a competitive job market often seems like an uphill battle. And for parents, teaching their children how to thrive in this fast-changing world is both a priority and a challenge. Many of you feel stuck, burdened by the sheer volume of knowledge out there, unsure of where to start or how to make progress. You might find it hard to focus, to retain what you've learned, or to apply new ideas effectively. Perhaps you've tried learning new skills but gave up because it felt too difficult or time-consuming. Or maybe you're just looking for that extra edge to sharpen your mind and elevate your life. Whatever your situation, know this: you're not alone. Millions of people around the world are on the same journey as you. They want to be smarter, more capable, and more fulfilled. But they need guidance, a roadmap to help them navigate the complexities of personal growth and intellectual development. I understand how frustrating it can be to feel like you're falling behind. I've been there too. There were days when I felt overwhelmed by the amount of information I needed to process. There were moments when I doubted my abilities and questioned whether I could truly improve. But through trial and error, research, and persistence, I discovered strategies that worked, not just for me, but for countless others who have faced similar struggles. This audiobook is my way of sharing those strategies with you. It's a collection of insights, techniques, and actionable steps designed to help you overcome your challenges and unlock your full potential. Whether you're a student aiming for academic success, a professional striving for career advancement, or a parent hoping to inspire your children, this audiobook is here to guide you every step of the way. As Albert Einstein once said, "Intellectual growth should commence at birth and cease only at death." Growth is a lifelong process, and it's never too late to start. In the chapters ahead, you'll discover practical tools to enhance your memory, sharpen your focus, and develop critical thinking skills. You'll learn how to cultivate a growth mindset, build habits that foster lifelong learning, and apply what you've learned to achieve real-world results. Each chapter is crafted to provide you with clear, actionable advice that you can start implementing immediately. By the end of this audiobook, you'll not only understand how to become smarter every day, you'll also have the confidence and motivation to take consistent action toward your goals. So, I encourage you to listen attentively and embrace the wisdom within these pages. Remember, small changes lead to big transformations. The journey to becoming smarter starts now, and I'm honored to be your guide. Your wisdom journey starts here. Chapter 1: Understanding Intelligence. In this chapter, we will explore the fascinating concept of intelligence. What exactly is intelligence? Is it just about being good at math or excelling in academics? Or is there more to it than meets the eye? Understanding intelligence is the first step toward unlocking your potential. By exploring its different types and recognizing how they manifest in everyday life, you'll gain a clearer perspective on your unique strengths and areas for growth. As the renowned psychologist Howard Gardner once said, "We should spend less time ranking children and more time helping them identify their natural competencies and gifts." This chapter will help you do just that. Identify your intellectual strengths and learn how to nurture them. Let's dive in and uncover the secrets of intelligence together. 1. Types of intelligence. Intelligence is not a one-size-fits-all concept. In fact, research has shown that there are multiple forms of intelligence, each playing a vital role in shaping who we are and how we interact with the world. Let's take a closer look at some of the most important types of intelligence and how they influence our lives. 1.1. Logical mathematical intelligence. Logical mathematical intelligence is often associated with problem-solving, analytical thinking, and the ability to work with numbers. People with high logical mathematical intelligence excel in fields like science, engineering, and finance. They have a knack for identifying patterns, solving puzzles, and making sense of complex data. But here's the thing: logical mathematical intelligence isn't just about being good at math. It's about approaching problems methodically and thinking critically. For example, imagine you're trying to budget your monthly expenses. Someone with strong logical mathematical intelligence would break down their income, categorize their spending, and create a clear plan to save money. A famous example of logical mathematical intelligence in action is Albert Einstein. His groundbreaking theory of relativity revolutionized our understanding of space and time. But what made Einstein truly remarkable wasn't just his mathematical prowess. It was his ability to think outside the box and challenge conventional wisdom. So, how can you develop this type of intelligence? Start by engaging in activities that require logical reasoning, such as solving puzzles, playing strategy games, or learning coding. These exercises train your brain to think systematically and improve your problem-solving skills over time. 1.2. Emotional intelligence. While logical mathematical intelligence focuses on the mind, emotional intelligence revolves around the heart. Emotional intelligence, or EQ, refers to the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. Why is emotional intelligence so important? Because success in life isn't just about being smart, it's also about being able to connect with people. As Daniel Goleman, author of Emotional Intelligence, famously stated, "IQ gets you hired, but EQ gets you promoted." Think about it. Whether you're working in a team, managing employees, or raising a family, your ability to empathize, communicate effectively, and resolve conflicts is crucial. Emotional intelligence helps you build stronger relationships, navigate social complexities, and achieve your goals collaboratively. One inspiring example of emotional intelligence comes from Nelson Mandela. After spending 27 years in prison, Mandela emerged not with bitterness, but with compassion. He forgave his oppressors and worked tirelessly to unite a divided nation. His ability to understand and channel emotions played a pivotal role in ending apartheid in South Africa. To enhance your emotional intelligence, practice active listening, reflect on your feelings, and observe how others respond to different situations. Over time, these habits will help you become more self-aware and empathetic. 1.3. Creative intelligence. Creative intelligence is all about thinking outside the box and coming up with innovative solutions. It's the driving force behind art, music, literature, and entrepreneurship. People with high creative intelligence see possibilities where others see obstacles. Take Steve Jobs, for instance. He didn't invent the computer or the smartphone, he reinvented them. Jobs had an uncanny ability to combine technology with design, creating products that were both functional and beautiful. His creativity transformed Apple into one of the most valuable companies in the world. But creativity isn't limited to artists or inventors. Everyone has the capacity to be creative, regardless of their profession. Whether you're brainstorming ideas for a project, finding new ways to solve a problem, or simply looking for inspiration in everyday life, creativity is a skill you can nurture. To boost your creative intelligence, expose yourself to diverse experiences, read widely, and embrace curiosity. Challenge yourself to think differently and experiment with new approaches. Remember, as Pablo Picasso once said, "Every act of creation is first an act of destruction." Don't be afraid to break old patterns and try something new. 3. Why intelligence matters. Now that we've explored the different types of intelligence, let's talk about why intelligence matters in the first place. Intelligence isn't just about acing exams or solving complex equations. It's a fundamental tool that shapes every aspect of your life. Whether you're striving for personal growth, professional success, or meaningful relationships, intelligence plays a critical role. 3.1. Impact on personal growth. Intelligence empowers you to learn, adapt, and evolve. It's the driving force behind self-improvement. Think about it. Every time you read a book, watch an educational video, or engage in a deep conversation, you're expanding your intellectual horizons. Over time, these small efforts compound, leading to significant personal growth. Consider the words of Mahatma Gandhi. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Intelligence allows you to embrace lifelong learning, helping you stay curious and open-minded. It equips you with the tools to navigate challenges, make informed decisions, and pursue your passions with confidence. 3.2. Influence on professional success. In today's fast-paced world, intelligence is a key determinant of career success. Employers value employees who can think critically, solve problems creatively, and communicate effectively. Logical mathematical intelligence helps you analyze data and make strategic decisions. Emotional intelligence enables you to collaborate with colleagues and lead teams. Creative intelligence allows you to innovate and stand out in a crowded marketplace. For example, consider the story of Elon Musk. His ability to combine technical expertise, logical mathematical intelligence, with visionary thinking, creative intelligence, has revolutionized industries like space exploration, SpaceX, and electric vehicles, Tesla. Musk's intelligence didn't just help him succeed, it changed the world. 3.3. Contribution to meaningful relationships. Intelligence also plays a vital role in building and maintaining relationships. Emotional intelligence, in particular, helps you connect with others on a deeper level. By understanding and managing your emotions, you can communicate more effectively, resolve conflicts peacefully, and foster trust and respect in your relationships. As Maya Angelou once said, "I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." Intelligence allows you to create positive emotional experiences for those around you, strengthening your bonds and enriching your life. 4. Debunking myths about intelligence. Despite its importance, intelligence is often misunderstood. Many people hold misconceptions about what intelligence is and how it works. Let's debunk some of these myths to help you develop a more accurate and empowering perspective. 4.1. Myth number 1. Intelligence is fixed at birth. One of the most damaging myths is the belief that intelligence is innate and unchangeable. While genetics do play a role, research has shown that intelligence is highly malleable. Neuroscientist Carol Dweck, known for her work on the growth mindset, emphasizes that the brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. By adopting a growth mindset and engaging in continuous learning, you can significantly enhance your intellectual abilities. For instance, studies have shown that activities like reading, solving puzzles, and learning new skills can increase neural connections in the brain, boosting cognitive function over time. 4.2. Myth number 2. Intelligence equals academic achievement. Another common misconception is that intelligence is synonymous with academic success. While grades and test scores are important, they don't tell the whole story. Many highly intelligent individuals excel outside traditional academic settings, using their creativity, emotional awareness, or problem-solving skills to achieve remarkable results. Take Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Group, as an example. Branson struggled academically due to dyslexia but went on to build a multi-billion-dollar empire. His success proves that intelligence isn't confined to classrooms. It's about applying your unique strengths to real-world challenges. 4.3. Myth number 3. You need to be smart in every area. Finally, many people believe they need to excel in all types of intelligence to be considered intelligent. This is simply not true. Each person has a unique combination of strengths and weaknesses. The key is to identify your natural talents and focus on developing them. As Albert Schweitzer wisely noted, success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. Embrace your individuality, and don't compare yourself to others. Instead, channel your energy into nurturing the types of intelligence that resonate most with you. 5. An inspiring real-life story, Malala Yousafzai. To bring these concepts to life, let me share the inspiring story of Malala Yousafzai, a young woman whose intelligence and determination changed the world. Born in Pakistan, Malala grew up in a region where girls were often denied access to education. Despite the risks, she refused to remain silent. At just 11 years old, she began blogging for the BBC, advocating for girls' right to attend school. Her courage caught the attention of the global community, but it also made her a target. In 2012, Malala was shot by the Taliban while riding a school bus. Miraculously, she survived. Instead of letting fear silence her, Malala emerged stronger than ever. She continued her fight for education, becoming the youngest ever recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize at the age of 17. Today, through her organization, the Malala Fund, she works tirelessly to ensure every girl has access to quality education. Malala's story demonstrates the power of intelligence combined with resilience. Her logical mathematical intelligence helped her understand the systemic issues facing girls' education. Her emotional intelligence allowed her to connect with people worldwide and inspire action. And her creative intelligence enabled her to find innovative ways to advocate for change. As Malala herself once said, "One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world." Her journey reminds us that intelligence, when harnessed for a greater purpose, has the potential to transform lives, including our own. Conclusion of Chapter 1. In this chapter, we've explored the multifaceted nature of intelligence, its profound impact on our lives, and the myths that often cloud our understanding of it. We've also drawn inspiration from real-life examples like Malala Yousafzai, proving that intelligence isn't just about what you know, it's about how you use it to make a difference. As we move forward, keep these insights in mind. Recognize your unique strengths, challenge limiting beliefs, and embrace the limitless possibilities of your mind. Remember, the journey to becoming smarter starts with understanding, and now, you're one step closer. Your wisdom journey continues. Chapter 2: Building a Growth Mindset. In this chapter, we'll explore one of the most powerful tools for personal and intellectual growth, the growth mindset. What exactly is a growth mindset? It's the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication, effort, and learning. Unlike a fixed mindset, which assumes that talent and intelligence are static, a growth mindset empowers you to embrace challenges, learn from failures, and continuously improve. As Carol Dweck, the psychologist who pioneered this concept, famously said, "In a growth mindset, challenges are exciting rather than threatening." So rather than thinking, "Oh, I'm going to reveal my weaknesses," you say, "Wow, here's a chance to grow." This chapter will guide you step by step on how to cultivate a growth mindset and use it as a foundation for lifelong learning. Let's begin. 1. What is a growth mindset? Before we dive into how to develop a growth mindset, let's first clarify what it means and why it matters. A growth mindset is more than just positive thinking. It's a fundamental shift in how you perceive yourself and your potential. 1.1. Fixed mindset versus growth mindset. To understand the power of a growth mindset, it's helpful to contrast it with its opposite, the fixed mindset. Fixed mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe their abilities are set in stone. They avoid challenges, fear failure, and often give up when things get tough. For example, someone with a fixed mindset might say, "I'm just not good at math," and stop trying altogether. Growth mindset. On the other hand, people with a growth mindset see challenges as opportunities to grow. They believe that effort leads to mastery, and that mistakes are valuable learning experiences. For instance, someone with a growth mindset might say, "Math is hard for me right now, but if I practice, I'll get better." The difference between these two mindsets is profound. While a fixed mindset limits your potential, a growth mindset opens doors to endless possibilities. 1.2. The science behind growth mindset. Research has shown that adopting a growth mindset can lead to significant improvements in performance and well-being. Neuroscientists have discovered that the brain is highly adaptable, a phenomenon known as neuroplasticity. When you engage in challenging activities or learn new skills, your brain forms new neural connections, making you smarter and more capable over time. For example, a study conducted by Carol Dweck and her team found that students who were taught about the growth mindset showed marked improvements in their grades compared to those who weren't. This demonstrates that simply believing in your ability to grow can have a tangible impact on your success. 1.3. Why growth mindset matters. A growth mindset isn't just a nice to have, it's essential for achieving your goals and living a fulfilling life. Whether you're striving to excel academically, advance in your career, or build stronger relationships, a growth mindset equips you with the resilience and determination to overcome obstacles. As Henry Ford once said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." Your mindset shapes your reality, and adopting a growth mindset allows you to create a future full of possibilities. 2. How to cultivate a growth mindset. Now that we've established what a growth mindset is and why it's important, let's explore practical strategies for developing one. These steps are designed to help you shift your thinking and embrace a growth-oriented approach to life. 2.1. Embrace challenges. One of the hallmarks of a growth mindset is the willingness to step outside your comfort zone. Challenges are opportunities to stretch your abilities and discover new strengths. Why it works. Every challenge you face is a chance to learn something new. Even if you don't succeed immediately, the process of trying builds resilience and expands your skill set. How to practice. Start small. If you've always wanted to learn a new language, take an online course or download a language app. If public speaking makes you nervous, volunteer to give a short presentation at work or school. Celebrate your efforts, regardless of the outcome. Inspiration. Consider the story of Thomas Edison, who famously failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about his setbacks, he replied, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His unwavering commitment to embracing challenges ultimately changed the world. 2.2. Learn from criticism. Feedback is one of the most valuable tools for growth, if you know how to use it. Instead of viewing criticism as a personal attack, see it as a gift that helps you improve. Why it works. Constructive criticism provides insights into areas where you can grow. By listening openly and reflecting on feedback, you can refine your skills and achieve better results. How to practice. Next time someone offers you feedback, resist the urge to defend yourself. Instead, ask clarifying questions like, "Can you explain what I could do differently next time?" Then, take action based on their suggestions. Inspiration. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, faced countless rejections before her manuscript was finally accepted. Instead of giving up, she used the feedback from publishers to refine her work. Today, her books have sold over 500 million copies worldwide. 2.3. Persist through setbacks. Failure is an inevitable part of any journey, but it doesn't have to define you. With a growth mindset, you can reframe setbacks as stepping stones to success. Why it works. Every setback teaches you something valuable. By analyzing what went wrong and adjusting your approach, you increase your chances of succeeding in the future. How to practice. When you encounter a failure, ask yourself 3 questions. 1. What did I learn from this experience? 2. What could I do differently next time? 3. How can I use this lesson to move forward? Inspiration. Michael Jordan, widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time, was cut from his high school basketball team. Instead of letting this discourage him, he used it as motivation to work harder. He later said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed." 2.4. Celebrate effort, not just results. In a growth mindset, effort is valued as much as, or even more than, results. Recognizing and rewarding your hard work reinforces the behaviors that lead to success. Why it works. Focusing on effort encourages persistence and resilience. It reminds you that progress takes time and that every step forward matters. How to practice. At the end of each day, reflect on what you accomplished. Did you tackle a difficult task? Did you push through a moment of doubt? Acknowledge these efforts, no matter how small they may seem. Inspiration. Vincent van Gogh painted over 900 works during his lifetime, yet he sold only 1 painting while he was alive. Despite this lack of recognition, he continued to pour his heart into his art. Today, his paintings are celebrated as masterpieces, inspiring millions around the world. 3. Real-life story, Sarah Blakely and the power of growth mindset. To illustrate the transformative power of a growth mindset, let's look at the story of Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. Sarah grew up in a household where failure was seen as a stepping stone to success. Her father would often ask her at the dinner table, "What did you fail at today?" This question taught her to view failure not as something to fear, but as an opportunity to grow. When Sarah came up with the idea for Spanx, a revolutionary line of shapewear, she faced countless obstacles. She had no background in fashion or business, and many manufacturers rejected her designs. But instead of giving up, she embraced the challenges. She spent 2 years cold calling factories, refining her product, and pitching her idea to retailers. Her persistence paid off. Spanx became a global sensation, and Sarah became the youngest self-made female billionaire. Reflecting on her journey, she said, "Don't be afraid to fail. It's the only way you'll ever truly succeed." Sarah's story is a testament to the power of a growth mindset. By embracing challenges, learning from criticism, and persisting through setbacks, she turned her vision into reality. 4. Additional strategies to strengthen your growth mindset. Building a growth mindset is an ongoing process that requires consistent effort and reflection. Let's explore additional strategies to help you deepen your commitment to lifelong learning and personal development. 4.1. Surround yourself with growth-oriented people. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your mindset. If you're surrounded by individuals who embrace challenges and celebrate effort, you're more likely to adopt a similar outlook. Why it works? Humans are social creatures, and we naturally absorb the attitudes and behaviors of those around us. By connecting with growth-oriented individuals, you create an environment that fosters learning and resilience. How to practice? Seek out mentors, colleagues, or friends who embody a growth mindset. Engage in conversations about personal development, share your goals, and ask for feedback. You can also join communities, online or offline, that focus on self-improvement, such as book clubs, workshops, or networking groups. Inspiration. Oprah Winfrey attributes much of her success to the supportive network she built early in her career. She surrounded herself with people who believed in her potential and encouraged her to pursue her dreams. As she once said, "Surround yourself with only people who are going to lift you higher." 4.2. Reframe negative self-talk. Your inner dialogue plays a crucial role in shaping your mindset. Negative self-talk, such as, "I'm not smart enough," or "I'll never be able to do this," can sabotage your confidence and hold you back. Why it works? Reframing negative thoughts into positive affirmations helps you maintain a constructive perspective. It shifts your focus from limitations to possibilities, empowering you to take action. How to practice? When you catch yourself engaging in negative self-talk, pause and reframe the thought. For example, instead of saying, "I'll never get this right," try saying, "This is challenging, but I'm learning and improving every day." Over time, this practice will become second nature. Inspiration. Serena Williams, one of the greatest tennis players of all time, has spoken openly about battling self-doubt throughout her career. She learned to silence her inner critic by focusing on her strengths and visualizing success. Her ability to reframe negativity has been instrumental in her achievements. 4.3. Set incremental goals. Big dreams can feel overwhelming if you don't break them down into manageable steps. Setting incremental goals allows you to track your progress and stay motivated. Why it works? Small wins build momentum and reinforce your belief in your ability to achieve larger objectives. Each milestone you reach boosts your confidence and fuels your determination to keep going. How to practice? Start by identifying your long-term goal, for example, mastering a new skill or advancing in your career. Then, break it down into smaller, actionable steps. Celebrate each step you complete, no matter how minor it may seem. Inspiration. Elon Musk's journey to revolutionize space travel began with a seemingly impossible dream, making life multiplanetary. Instead of focusing solely on the end goal, he set incremental milestones, such as launching a reusable rocket, and celebrated each achievement along the way. This approach has made SpaceX one of the most innovative companies in the world. 5. Common pitfalls to avoid. While cultivating a growth mindset is incredibly powerful, there are certain pitfalls that can hinder your progress. Being aware of these challenges will help you stay on track. 5.1. Falling back into fixed mindset patterns. Even after adopting a growth mindset, it's easy to slip back into fixed mindset habits, especially during tough times. For example, you might find yourself avoiding challenges or blaming external factors for your failures. How to avoid it? Remind yourself regularly of the benefits of a growth mindset. Reflect on past successes that resulted from perseverance and effort. Use setbacks as opportunities to reinforce your commitment to growth. 5.2. Comparing yourself to others. Constantly comparing yourself to others can undermine your confidence and distract you from your own journey. Everyone progresses at their own pace, and comparison often leads to frustration. How to avoid it? Focus on your personal growth rather than external benchmarks. Keep a journal to track your progress and celebrate your unique achievements. Remember Theodore Roosevelt's words. Comparison is the thief of joy. 5.3. Overlooking the importance of rest. Growth requires effort, but it also requires rest. Pushing yourself too hard without taking breaks can lead to burnout, which ultimately hinders your progress. How to avoid it? Prioritize self-care by incorporating regular breaks, exercise, and relaxation into your routine. A well-rested mind is better equipped to learn, adapt, and grow. 6. Real-life story, Angela Duckworth and the Power of Grit. To further illustrate the importance of a growth mindset, let's turn to the story of Angela Duckworth, a psychologist and author of the best-selling book Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance. Angela grew up in a family where academic excellence was highly valued. However, when she struggled with math as a child, she initially doubted her abilities. Instead of giving up, her father encouraged her to view challenges as opportunities to grow. He would say, "You know, I've failed many times, but I always come back stronger." This lesson stayed with Angela throughout her life. As a researcher, she discovered that grit, a combination of passion and perseverance, is a key predictor of success. Her studies showed that individuals who embrace a growth mindset and demonstrate grit are more likely to achieve their goals, regardless of their starting point. Today, Angela's work has inspired millions of people to cultivate resilience and embrace the long, challenging journey toward mastery. Her story reminds us that a growth mindset isn't just about talent, it's about tenacity. Conclusion of Chapter 2. In this chapter, we've explored the transformative power of a growth mindset and provided practical strategies to help you develop one. From embracing challenges and learning from criticism to celebrating effort and avoiding common pitfalls, these tools will empower you to unlock your full potential. Remember, a growth mindset isn't something you achieve overnight. It's a lifelong commitment to learning and self-improvement. As you continue your wisdom journey, carry these lessons with you. Every challenge you face, every setback you overcome, and every success you achieve brings you one step closer to becoming the best version of yourself. As Mahatma Gandhi wisely said, "The future depends on what you do today." Take action now, and let your growth mindset guide you toward a brighter, smarter future. Stay tuned for Chapter 3. Where we'll dive into the fascinating world of memory techniques and discover how to enhance your ability to retain and recall information effectively. Until then, reflect on what you've learned and start applying these principles to your daily life. Chapter 3. Mastering Memory Techniques. In this chapter, we'll unlock the secrets to improving your memory, a skill that is foundational to learning, problem-solving, and personal growth. Memory is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. Whether you're a student preparing for exams, a professional striving to excel in your field, or simply someone who wants to remember names and important details, mastering memory techniques can transform the way you process and retain information. As the ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle once said, "Memory is the scribe of the soul." By enhancing your memory, you empower yourself to learn faster, think more clearly, and achieve greater success in every area of life. In this chapter, we'll explore the science behind memory, effective techniques to boost your recall, and practical exercises to help you apply these strategies in your daily life. Let's get started. 1. The science of memory. Before diving into specific memory techniques, it's essential to understand how memory works. This knowledge will not only deepen your appreciation for the power of memory but also help you use these techniques more effectively. 1.1. The 3 stages of memory. Memory operates through 3 primary stages: encoding, storage, and retrieval. Each stage plays a critical role in determining how well you remember information. Encoding. This is the process of taking in new information and converting it into a form that your brain can store. For example, when you read a book or listen to a lecture, your brain encodes the information by associating it with existing knowledge. Storage. Once encoded, information is stored in your brain for later use. Short-term memory holds information temporarily, while long-term memory stores it for extended periods, even a lifetime. Retrieval. This is the process of recalling stored information when you need it. Effective retrieval depends on how well the information was encoded and stored. Understanding these stages helps explain why some memories stick while others fade. By optimizing each stage, you can significantly improve your ability to remember. 1.2. The role of neuroplasticity. Your brain's ability to adapt and reorganize itself, known as neuroplasticity, is key to memory improvement. Every time you learn something new, your brain forms new neural connections. The more you practice recalling information, the stronger these connections become. For instance, studies have shown that activities like learning a musical instrument or studying a new language enhance neuroplasticity, leading to improved memory and cognitive function. 1.3. Why memory matters. Memory isn't just about remembering facts, it's about connecting ideas, solving problems, and making informed decisions. A strong memory allows you to build on past experiences, avoid repeating mistakes, and leverage your knowledge to achieve your goals. As Albert Schweitzer wisely noted, "Example isn't another way to teach, it's the only way to teach." Your memory serves as a repository of examples, lessons from your life and others' lives, that guide your actions and decisions. 2. Effective memory techniques. Now that we've explored the science of memory, let's dive into practical techniques to enhance your ability to retain and recall information. These strategies are backed by research and have been proven to work for people of all ages and backgrounds. 2.1. Mnemonics, turning information into stories. Mnemonics are memory aids that help you associate new information with familiar concepts, making it easier to remember. One of the most popular mnemonic techniques is the acronym method, where you create a word or phrase using the first letters of the items you want to remember. Why it works? Mnemonics tap into your brain's natural ability to remember stories and patterns rather than isolated facts. By creating vivid associations, you make information more memorable. How to practice? Suppose you need to memorize the order of the planets in our solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. You could create the acronym. My very educated mother just served us noodles. Silly? Yes, but highly effective. Inspiration. The ancient Greeks used mnemonics extensively in their oral traditions. Homer's epic poems, the Iliad and the Odyssey, were passed down through generations using mnemonic devices like rhythm and rhyme. 2.2. Visualization, creating mental images. Visualization involves creating vivid mental images to represent the information you want to remember. This technique is particularly useful for remembering abstract concepts or complex data. Why it works? The human brain processes visual information more efficiently than text or numbers. By transforming abstract ideas into concrete images, you make them easier to recall. How to practice? If you're trying to remember a grocery list, imagine walking through your house and placing each item in a specific location. For example, picture apples on your kitchen counter, bread in the living room, and milk in the bathroom sink. When you're at the store, mentally walk through your house to retrieve the list. Inspiration. Nikola Tesla, the inventor of alternating current, AC, electricity, was known for his extraordinary visualization skills. He claimed he could visualize entire machines in his mind and test them without ever building a prototype. 2.3. Spaced repetition, reinforcing memory over time. Spaced repetition is a technique that involves reviewing information at increasing intervals over time. This method leverages the spacing effect, which shows that spaced-out practice leads to better retention than cramming. Why it works? When you revisit information periodically, you strengthen the neural connections associated with that memory. Over time, this makes the information easier to recall. How to practice? Use flashcards or digital tools like Anki to implement spaced repetition. Start by reviewing material after 1 day, then 3 days, then a week, and so on. Adjust the intervals based on how well you remember the content. Inspiration. Hermann Ebbinghaus, a pioneer in memory research, discovered the forgetting curve, a graph showing how quickly we forget information over time. His work laid the foundation for spaced repetition, proving that regular review combats memory decay. 2.4. Chunking, breaking down information. Chunking involves grouping small pieces of information into larger, more manageable units. This technique is especially helpful for remembering numbers, lists, or sequences. Why it works? Our working memory can only hold a limited amount of information at once. By chunking, you reduce the cognitive load, making it easier to process and recall. How to practice? Instead of trying to remember a 10-digit phone number as individual digits, e.g., 541872630, break it into chunks like 54187299630. Similarly, if you're memorizing a speech, divide it into sections based on themes or ideas. Inspiration. Chess grandmasters often use chunking to remember complex board positions. Instead of focusing on individual pieces, they group them into patterns, allowing them to anticipate moves and strategize effectively. 3. Practical exercises to boost your memory. Now that you're familiar with these memory techniques, let's put them into practice. Below are some exercises designed to help you strengthen your memory and apply these strategies in real-life situations. 3.1. The Name Game. One of the most common memory challenges is remembering names. Try this exercise to improve your ability to recall names during conversations. How to practice? When meeting someone new, repeat their name aloud immediately after hearing it, e.g., "Nice to meet you, Sarah." Then, associate their name with a visual image or characteristic. For example, if Sarah has curly hair, imagine her hair shaped like the letter S. 3.2. The Grocery List Challenge. Use visualization and chunking to memorize a grocery list without writing it down. How to practice? Divide the list into categories, e.g., fruits, vegetables, dairy, and create mental images for each category. For example, picture a giant banana holding a bunch of grapes for the fruit section. 3.3. The Daily Review Routine. At the end of each day, spend 5 minutes reviewing what you learned. Use spaced repetition to reinforce key points. How to practice? Write down 3 things you learned today and briefly summarize them. Revisit these notes weekly to solidify your memory. 4. Advanced memory techniques. In addition to the foundational techniques we've discussed, there are advanced strategies that can take your memory skills to the next level. These methods require more practice but offer significant benefits for retaining large amounts of information or mastering complex subjects. 4.1. The Method of Loci, Memory Palace Technique. The method of loci, also known as the memory palace, is one of the most powerful memory techniques ever developed. It involves associating information with specific locations in a familiar physical space, such as your home or office. Why it works? The brain is naturally adept at remembering spatial information. By linking new data to familiar locations, you create a mental map that makes retrieval effortless. How to practice? Imagine walking through your house. Assign each piece of information to a specific room or object. For example, if you're memorizing a speech, place the first point on your couch, the second on your dining table, and so on. When it's time to recall mentally, walk through your house to retrieve the information. Inspiration. Cicero, the Roman statesman and philosopher, famously used the method of loci to deliver speeches without notes. He attributed his success to visualizing his points in the rooms of his villa. 4.2. Peg system, linking numbers to words. The peg system is a mnemonic device that associates numbers with concrete objects or words, making it easier to remember sequences like dates, phone numbers, or historical events. Why it works: numbers are abstract and difficult to visualize, but objects are tangible and memorable. By linking numbers to vivid images, you transform hard-to-remember digits into easy-to-recall associations. How to practice: assign a consistent image to each number, e.g., 1 equals candle, 2 equals swan, 3 equals tree. Then, when you need to remember a sequence, link the numbers to their corresponding images. For instance, to remember the year 1492, when Columbus discovered America, imagine a candle, 1, lighting up a ship, 4, sailing past a mountain, 9, shaped like a swan, 2. Inspiration: the peg system has been used by memory champions worldwide, including Dominic O'Brien, an 8-time world memory champion. His ability to recall hundreds of random digits stems from mastering this technique. 4.3. Mind mapping, organizing information visually. Mind mapping is a creative way to organize information visually by creating diagrams that mimic the structure of your thoughts. This technique is particularly effective for brainstorming, note-taking, and studying complex topics. Why it works: mind maps engage both hemispheres of the brain, the logical left side and the creative right side, enhancing comprehension and retention. They also provide a clear overview of relationships between ideas. How to practice: start with a central concept in the middle of a page. Draw branches outward for subtopics, adding keywords, images, and colors to reinforce connections. For example, if you're studying biology, place cell structure in the center and branch out to nucleus, mitochondria, cytoplasm, etc. Inspiration: Tony Buzan, the inventor of mind mapping, revolutionized education and business planning with this technique. His books and workshops have inspired millions to adopt mind mapping as a tool for creativity and productivity. 5. Real-life story: Kim Peek and the power of exceptional memory. To illustrate the extraordinary potential of memory, let's explore the story of Kim Peek, the inspiration behind Dustin Hoffman's character in the movie Rain Man. Kim was born with an exceptionally rare condition called savant syndrome, which gave him an almost photographic memory. He could read 2 pages of a book simultaneously, one with his left eye and one with his right, and retain nearly everything he read. By the time he passed away in 2009, Kim had memorized over 12,000 books on subjects ranging from history to science to literature. Despite his incredible memory, Kim faced challenges in other areas of life. He struggled with motor skills and social interactions, requiring constant support from his father. Yet, his unique abilities demonstrated the untapped potential of the human brain. Kim's story reminds us that memory is not just about raw capacity, it's about how we use it. Even those without savant-like abilities can achieve remarkable results by adopting the right techniques and practicing consistently. 6. Overcoming common memory challenges. While memory techniques are incredibly effective, everyone encounters obstacles along the way. Below are some common challenges and strategies to overcome them. 6.1. Forgetting what you've learned. Forgetting is a natural part of the learning process. To combat it, incorporate regular review sessions into your routine. Use spaced repetition apps or set reminders to revisit important material. 6.2. Feeling overwhelmed by information. When faced with large volumes of information, break it down into smaller chunks and focus on one section at a time. Prioritize what's most important and tackle less critical details later. 6.3. Lack of motivation. If you find yourself losing motivation, remind yourself of your goals and the benefits of improving your memory. Celebrate small victories along the way to stay motivated. Conclusion of Chapter 3. In this chapter, we've explored the fascinating world of memory and uncovered powerful techniques to enhance your ability to retain and recall information. From mnemonics and visualization to advanced methods like the memory palace and mind mapping, these strategies will help you unlock your brain's full potential. Remember, improving your memory is not about innate talent, it's about practice and persistence. As you apply these techniques in your daily life, you'll notice a dramatic improvement in your ability to learn, think critically, and solve problems. As Joshua 4, author of Moonwalking with Einstein, once said, "Memory is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets." Take action today, and let your strengthened memory guide you toward greater success and fulfillment. Chapter 4: Enhancing Focus and Productivity. In this chapter, we'll explore the art of enhancing focus and productivity, two critical skills for achieving success in any area of life. In today's fast-paced, distraction-filled world, maintaining focus can feel like an uphill battle. Social media notifications, endless emails, and multitasking demands often pull us in multiple directions, leaving us feeling scattered and unproductive. But here's the good news: focus is a skill that can be developed with the right strategies and consistent practice. As Steve Jobs famously said, "Focusing is about saying no." By learning how to eliminate distractions, prioritize tasks, and harness your mental energy, you can accomplish more in less time and with greater clarity. In this chapter, we'll uncover the science behind focus, identify common productivity killers, and provide actionable techniques to help you stay laser-focused on your goals. Let's dive in. 1. Identifying distractions. Before we can enhance focus, it's essential to understand what distracts us in the first place. Distractions come in many forms, both external and internal, and recognizing them is the first step toward overcoming them. 1.1. External distractions. External distractions are interruptions from your environment that divert your attention away from the task at hand. These include digital distractions. Notifications from smartphones, social media apps, and email can fragment your attention and reduce productivity. Studies show that it takes an average of 23 minutes to regain focus after being interrupted by a notification. Noise, background sounds, such as conversations, traffic, or music with lyrics, can make it difficult to concentrate. Cluttered workspace. A messy desk or disorganized workspace can create mental clutter, making it harder to focus. 1.2. Internal distractions. Internal distractions stem from your own thoughts and emotions. These include worry and stress. Overthinking about past mistakes or future uncertainties can hijack your attention. Procrastination. The tendency to delay important tasks often leads to last-minute rushes and poor quality work. Fatigue. Lack of sleep or physical exhaustion impairs cognitive function and reduces your ability to concentrate. Understanding these distractions is crucial because awareness allows you to take proactive steps to minimize their impact. 2. Focus-building strategies. Now that we've identified the culprits behind our lack of focus, let's explore proven strategies to build and sustain focus. These techniques will help you reclaim control over your attention and maximize your productivity. 2.1. The Pomodoro Technique, working in short bursts. The Pomodoro Technique is a time management method that involves breaking your work into focused intervals, typically 25 minutes long, followed by a short break. Why it works? Our brains are wired to maintain intense focus for limited periods. By working in short bursts, you prevent mental fatigue and maintain high levels of concentration. How to practice? Set a timer for 25 minutes and commit to working on a single task during that time. Once the timer goes off, take a 5-minute break to recharge. After completing 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break of 15 to 30 minutes. Inspiration. Francesco Cirillo, the creator of the Pomodoro Technique, developed this method while struggling to manage his university workload. He found that focusing for short, dedicated intervals dramatically improved his productivity and helped him complete assignments faster. 2.2. Mindfulness practices, training your attention. Mindfulness involves paying deliberate attention to the present moment without judgment. It's a powerful tool for improving focus and reducing stress. Why it works? Mindfulness trains your brain to stay anchored in the present, preventing wandering thoughts and distractions. Research shows that regular mindfulness practice increases gray matter density in brain regions associated with attention and decision-making. How to practice? Start with simple breathing exercises. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. If your mind wanders, gently bring your attention back to your breathing. Begin with 5 minutes a day and gradually increase the duration. Inspiration. Billionaire investor Ray Dalio attributes much of his success to mindfulness meditation. He practices transcendental meditation twice daily, crediting it with enhancing his clarity, creativity, and decision-making abilities. 2.3. Time blocking, scheduling your day. Time blocking involves dividing your day into specific blocks of time, each dedicated to a particular task or activity. This technique ensures that you allocate sufficient time to high-priority tasks and minimizes the risk of multitasking. Why it works? By assigning clear boundaries to your activities, time blocking helps you stay focused and prevents distractions from creeping in. It also provides a sense of structure and accountability. How to practice? At the start of each day or week, create a schedule that outlines when and how long you'll spend on each task. For example, block out 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. for writing, 10:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. for responding to emails, and so on. Stick to the schedule as closely as possible. Inspiration. Elon Musk, CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, uses time blocking to manage his demanding schedule. He divides his day into 5-minute increments, ensuring that every minute is accounted for and utilized effectively. 2.4. Single tasking, doing one thing at a time. Contrary to popular belief, multitasking doesn't improve productivity. It actually decreases efficiency and increases errors. Instead, focus on one task at a time to achieve better results. Why it works? When you switch between tasks, your brain experiences context switching, which slows down performance and reduces the quality of your work. Single tasking allows you to give your full attention to one activity, leading to higher quality outcomes. How to practice? Prioritize your most important task and commit to completing it before moving on to the next. Avoid checking your phone, email, or other distractions until the task is finished. Inspiration. Author Cal Newport, known for his book Deep Work, advocates for single tasking as a way to produce meaningful and impactful work. He emphasizes the importance of uninterrupted focus for achieving excellence in any field. 3. Creating a productive environment. Your surroundings play a significant role in shaping your ability to focus. By optimizing your environment, you can minimize distractions and create conditions that foster productivity. 3.1. Declutter your workspace. A clean and organized workspace promotes mental clarity and reduces stress. Remove unnecessary items from your desk and keep only the essentials within reach. How to practice? Dedicate 10 minutes at the end of each day to tidy up your workspace. Use storage solutions like drawers or bins to keep supplies organized. Inspiration. Marie Kondo, author of The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, teaches that decluttering not only improves physical space but also enhances emotional well-being. A clutter-free environment inspires creativity and focus. 3.2. Minimize digital interruptions. Digital devices are among the biggest culprits of distraction. To protect your focus, implement strategies to limit their interference. How to practice? Turn off non-essential notifications on your phone and computer. Use apps like Forest or Freedom to block distracting websites during work sessions. Consider setting specific times to check emails rather than responding to them throughout the day. Inspiration. J.K. Rowling wrote much of the Harry Potter series in cafes with no internet access. She intentionally removed digital distractions to immerse herself fully in her writing process. 3.3. Optimize lighting and comfort. Poor lighting and uncomfortable seating can strain your eyes and body, making it harder to concentrate. Ensure your workspace is well lit and ergonomically designed. How to practice? Use natural light whenever possible and position your desk near a window. Invest in a comfortable chair and adjust your monitor height to reduce neck strain. Inspiration. Thomas Jefferson designed his writing desk with adjustable features to ensure comfort during long hours of work. His attention to detail highlights the importance of creating a supportive environment for productivity. 4. Advanced strategies for sustained focus. While the foundational techniques we've discussed are highly effective, there are advanced strategies that can further enhance your ability to maintain focus and productivity over extended periods. These methods require discipline but yield significant long-term benefits. 4.1. The Eisenhower Matrix: Prioritizing Tasks Effectively. The Eisenhower Matrix is a decision-making tool that helps you prioritize tasks based on urgency and importance. By categorizing activities into 4 quadrants, you can allocate your time and energy more efficiently. Why it works: not all tasks are created equal. Focusing on urgent but unimportant tasks, Quadrant 3, or non-urgent, unimportant tasks, Quadrant 4, can drain your energy without contributing to meaningful progress. The Eisenhower Matrix ensures you concentrate on what truly matters. How to practice: divide your tasks into 4 categories. Quadrant 1, urgent and important, do these immediately. Quadrant 2, not urgent but important, schedule these for later. Quadrant 3, urgent but not important, delegate these if possible. Quadrant 4, not urgent and not important, eliminate these entirely. For example, preparing for an upcoming presentation falls under Quadrant 1, while planning long-term goals belongs in Quadrant 2. Checking social media notifications often lands in Quadrant 4 and should be minimized. Inspiration: Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States, developed this matrix to manage his demanding responsibilities as a military leader and politician. His ability to prioritize effectively ensured he could handle crises while still pursuing strategic initiatives. 4.2. Deep work: immersing yourself in complex tasks. Deep work refers to the practice of focusing intensely on cognitively demanding tasks without distractions. This approach is particularly valuable for mastering skills, solving complex problems, or producing high-quality work. Why it works: deep work leverages your brain's capacity for sustained concentration, allowing you to achieve flow, a state of effortless immersion in your task. Research shows that people who engage in deep work accomplish more in less time and experience greater satisfaction with their work. How to practice: set aside dedicated blocks of time for deep work, ideally during your peak energy hours, e.g., morning or early afternoon. During these sessions, eliminate all distractions, turn off your phone, close unnecessary tabs, and inform others not to disturb you. Start with shorter sessions, e.g., 60 to 90 minutes, and gradually increase the duration as your focus improves. Inspiration: author and computer scientist Cal Newport coined the term, deep work, in his best-selling book of the same name. He attributes his academic success and prolific writing career to consistently dedicating uninterrupted hours to focused, deliberate effort. 4.3. Energy management: aligning tasks with your natural rhythms. Your ability to focus fluctuates throughout the day due to natural energy cycles, known as circadian rhythms. By aligning tasks with your energy levels, you can maximize productivity and minimize fatigue. Why it works: attempting to tackle challenging tasks when your energy is low leads to frustration and poor performance. Conversely, matching high-energy periods with demanding activities boosts efficiency and creativity. How to practice: identify your peak energy times by observing when you feel most alert and motivated. For most people, this occurs in the morning or early afternoon. Reserve these hours for tasks requiring intense focus, such as problem-solving or writing. Save routine or low-energy tasks, like responding to emails, for later in the day. Inspiration: Tony Schwartz, founder of the Energy Project, advocates for managing energy rather than time. In his book The Power of Full Engagement, he emphasizes the importance of taking regular breaks and aligning activities with personal energy patterns to sustain high performance. 5. Real-life story: Thomas Edison and the Power of Persistence. To illustrate the importance of focus and persistence, let's explore the story of Thomas Edison, one of history's greatest inventors. Edison famously conducted thousands of experiments before successfully inventing the incandescent light bulb. When asked about his failures, he replied, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His relentless focus on experimentation and innovation demonstrates the power of sustained attention and determination. What made Edison so productive wasn't just his intelligence, it was his disciplined approach to work. He maintained a strict daily routine, dividing his time between research, invention, and rest. He also surrounded himself with a team of experts, delegating tasks to ensure maximum efficiency. Edison's story reminds us that focus isn't just about working hard, it's about working smart. By prioritizing tasks, managing energy, and staying committed to long-term goals, we can achieve extraordinary results. 6. Overcoming common productivity challenges. Even with the best strategies in place, everyone faces obstacles to productivity. Below are some common challenges and tips for overcoming them. 6.1. Dealing with procrastination. Procrastination often stems from fear of failure or perfectionism. To combat it, break large tasks into smaller, manageable steps and set deadlines for each step. Use the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. 6.2. Managing fatigue. Fatigue can severely impact focus and productivity. Ensure you're getting enough sleep, staying hydrated, and eating nutritious meals. Incorporate physical activity into your routine to boost energy levels and mental clarity. 6.3. Staying motivated. Motivation wanes over time, especially during long projects. Remind yourself of your why, the reason behind your efforts, and celebrate small wins along the way. Surround yourself with supportive individuals who encourage your progress. Conclusion of Chapter 4. In this chapter, we've explored the art of enhancing focus and productivity, uncovering practical strategies to help you eliminate distractions, prioritize tasks, and harness your mental energy. From the Pomodoro technique and mindfulness practices to advanced methods like deep work and energy management, these tools will empower you to achieve more in less time. Remember, focus is not a finite resource, it's a skill that grows stronger with practice. As Bruce Lee once said, absorb what is useful, discard what is not, add what is uniquely your own. Tailor these techniques to fit your unique needs and circumstances, and watch your productivity soar. Stay tuned for Chapter 5, where we'll dive into the critical skill of developing critical thinking abilities. Until then, implement the focus-enhancing strategies you've learned and take control of your time and attention. Your wisdom journey continues. Chapter 5. Developing Critical Thinking Skills. In this chapter, we'll explore one of the most valuable skills you can cultivate: critical thinking. Critical thinking is the ability to analyze information objectively, evaluate evidence, and make reasoned decisions. It's not just about being smart, it's about thinking deeply, questioning assumptions, and solving problems effectively. In a world overflowing with misinformation and complex challenges, critical thinking is more important than ever. As Albert Einstein once said, "The measure of intelligence is the ability to change." Critical thinkers are adaptable, curious, and open-minded. They don't accept things at face value. They dig deeper, challenge the status quo, and seek truth. In this chapter, we'll break down what critical thinking is, why it matters, and how you can develop this skill to navigate life's complexities. Let's begin. 1. What is critical thinking? Before diving into strategies for developing critical thinking, let's clarify what it means and why it's essential. Critical thinking is more than just problem solving. It's a disciplined approach to processing information and making decisions. 1.1. Characteristics of critical thinkers. Critical thinkers share several key traits that set them apart. Curiosity. They ask questions and seek to understand the why behind ideas and events. Open-mindedness. They consider multiple perspectives before forming opinions. Skepticism. They question assumptions and demand evidence before accepting claims as true. Objectivity. They separate emotions from logic, ensuring their decisions are based on facts rather than biases. Problem-solving ability. They break down complex issues into manageable parts and develop creative solutions. 1.2. Why critical thinking matters. Critical thinking is foundational to success in every area of life. Whether you're evaluating news articles, making financial decisions, or resolving conflicts, critical thinking enables you to make informed choices. For example, Imagine you're presented with two investment opportunities. One promises quick returns but lacks transparency, while the other offers slower growth but provides detailed reports. A critical thinker would analyze both options carefully, considering evidence, risks, and long-term implications, rather than jumping at the promise of quick gains. As Margaret Mead, the renowned anthropologist, once said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has." Critical thinking empowers you to be part of that thoughtful, committed group. 2. Steps to improve critical thinking. Now that we've defined critical thinking, let's explore actionable steps to develop this skill. These strategies will help you think more clearly, analyze situations deeply, and arrive at well-reasoned conclusions. 2.1. Question assumptions. One of the hallmarks of critical thinking is the ability to question assumptions, both your own and those of others. Assumptions often go unchallenged, leading to flawed reasoning and poor decisions. Why it works? By questioning assumptions, you uncover hidden biases and ensure your conclusions are based on solid evidence. How to practice? When faced with a claim or idea, ask yourself, what assumptions underlie this statement? Are these assumptions valid? What evidence supports or contradicts them? For example, if someone says, "This diet works because my friend lost weight," a critical thinker would ask whether there's scientific evidence supporting the diet, or if other factors contributed to the friend's weight loss. Inspiration. Galileo Galilei famously questioned the assumption that the Earth was the center of the universe, a belief widely accepted at the time. His willingness to challenge authority led to groundbreaking discoveries in astronomy. 2.2. Evaluate evidence. Not all evidence is created equal. Critical thinkers assess the quality, relevance, and reliability of information before drawing conclusions. Why it works? Poor quality evidence leads to weak arguments and faulty decisions. Evaluating evidence ensures your reasoning is sound. How to practice? When analyzing evidence, consider the following. Is the source credible? Is the evidence relevant to the issue at hand? Does the evidence support the conclusion logically? For instance, if you're researching the benefits of a new health supplement, look for peer-reviewed studies rather than relying on anecdotal testimonials. Inspiration. Marie Curie's groundbreaking research on radioactivity was built on rigorous experimentation and evaluation of evidence. Her meticulous approach earned her 2 Nobel Prizes and revolutionized science. 2.3. Break down complex problems. Complex problems can feel overwhelming, but breaking them into smaller components makes them easier to tackle. Why it works? Simplifying a problem allows you to focus on one aspect at a time, reducing cognitive overload and improving clarity. How to practice? Use frameworks like the 5 Whys technique to drill down to the root cause of an issue. For example, if you're struggling with low productivity, ask, why am I not getting enough done? Because I'm distracted. Why am I distracted? Because my phone keeps buzzing. Why does my phone keep buzzing? Because I haven't turned off notifications. By addressing each layer systematically, you identify actionable solutions. Inspiration. Elon Musk attributes his success to first principles thinking, a method of breaking down problems to their fundamental truths. This approach helped him innovate in industries like space exploration and electric vehicles. 2.4. Avoid cognitive biases. Cognitive biases are mental shortcuts that distort our perception of reality. Recognizing and overcoming these biases is crucial for effective critical thinking. Why it works? Biases cloud judgment and lead to irrational decisions. Awareness helps you mitigate their influence. How to practice? Familiarize yourself with common biases, such as confirmation bias, favoring information that confirms your beliefs, and anchoring bias, relying too heavily on the first piece of information you encounter. Challenge yourself to consider alternative viewpoints and seek out contradictory evidence. For example, if you're researching climate change, don't rely solely on sources that align with your existing views. Explore reputable studies from diverse perspectives to form a balanced understanding. Inspiration. Daniel Kahneman, Nobel laureate and author of Thinking, Fast and Slow, dedicated his career to studying cognitive biases. His work highlights the importance of slowing down and engaging in deliberate thought to avoid errors in judgment. 3. Applying critical thinking in real-life scenarios. To truly master critical thinking, it's essential to apply these principles to real-world situations. Below are examples of how critical thinking can enhance decision-making in various contexts. 3.1. Personal finance. When managing finances, critical thinking helps you differentiate between wants and needs, evaluate investment opportunities, and avoid impulsive spending. Example: before purchasing a luxury item, critically assess whether it aligns with your financial goals. Ask, will this purchase bring long-term value, or is it a fleeting desire? 3.2. Career development. In the workplace, critical thinking enables you to solve problems creatively, communicate effectively, and adapt to changing circumstances. Example: if you're tasked with improving team productivity, analyze workflows, gather feedback, and propose data-driven solutions rather than implementing changes arbitrarily. 3.3. Social issues. Critical thinking equips you to engage meaningfully with societal challenges, such as climate change, inequality, and healthcare reform. Example: before forming an opinion on a controversial topic, research multiple sources, consult experts, and weigh the pros and cons of different perspectives. 4. Advanced strategies for enhancing critical thinking. While the foundational steps we've discussed are essential, there are advanced strategies that can take your critical thinking skills to the next level. These methods require deeper reflection and practice but offer significant benefits for navigating complex challenges. 4.1. Engage in reflective thinking. Reflective thinking involves stepping back from a situation to analyze your thoughts, actions, and decisions objectively. It's a powerful way to identify areas for improvement and refine your problem-solving approach. Why it works: reflection allows you to learn from past experiences and avoid repeating mistakes. By examining what went well and what didn't, you develop a more nuanced understanding of problems and solutions. How to practice: set aside time at the end of each day or week to reflect on your decisions. Ask yourself, what assumptions did I make? Were they valid? What evidence did I consider? Was it sufficient? What could I have done differently? For example, if you recently had a disagreement with a colleague, reflect on the conversation. Did you listen actively, or did you let emotions cloud your judgment? What could you do to improve communication in the future? Inspiration: Nelson Mandela was known for his reflective nature. During his 27 years in prison, he spent countless hours reflecting on his life, values, and vision for South Africa. This introspection strengthened his resolve and guided his leadership after release. 4.2. Practice Socratic questioning. Socratic questioning is a method of inquiry that encourages deep exploration of ideas through systematic questioning. Named after the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates, this technique helps uncover underlying assumptions and clarify concepts. Why it works: Socratic questioning promotes active engagement with information, forcing you to think critically and articulate your reasoning clearly. How to practice: use these types of questions to guide your analysis. Clarification: what exactly do you mean by that? Assumption probing: why do you assume that to be true? Evidence evaluation: what evidence supports your claim? Perspective exploration: what would someone with a different viewpoint say? For instance, if a friend argues that remote work is less productive than office work, use Socratic questioning to explore their reasoning. Ask them to provide evidence, challenge their assumptions, and consider alternative perspectives. Inspiration: Socrates himself used this method to teach his students how to think independently. His dialogues emphasize the importance of questioning everything to arrive at truth, a cornerstone of critical thinking. 4.3. Cultivate intellectual humility. Intellectual humility is the recognition that you don't know everything and that others may have valuable insights to contribute. It's a key component of effective critical thinking because it opens you up to learning and growth. Why it works: acknowledging your limitations prevents overconfidence and encourages collaboration. It also fosters trust and respect in relationships, as others appreciate your willingness to listen and learn. How to practice. When discussing an issue, admit when you're unsure or lack expertise. Seek input from others and give credit where it's due. Avoid dismissing opposing viewpoints without careful consideration. For example, if you're debating a policy proposal, acknowledge that you might not fully understand its economic implications. Invite experts to weigh in and incorporate their feedback into your analysis. Inspiration. Warren Buffett, one of the world's most successful investors, attributes much of his success to intellectual humility. He regularly consults with trusted advisors and admits when he's made mistakes, allowing him to continually refine his strategies. 5. Real-life story, Katherine Johnson and the power of analytical thinking. To illustrate the transformative power of critical thinking, let's explore the story of Katherine Johnson, the NASA mathematician whose calculations helped send astronauts to the moon. Katherine faced numerous challenges as a woman of color in a male-dominated field. Despite these obstacles, her analytical mind and unwavering commitment to accuracy earned her a pivotal role in space exploration. One of her most famous contributions came during the Apollo 11 mission. When a computer malfunction threatened the mission, NASA turned to Katherine's handwritten calculations to ensure the spacecraft's trajectory was correct. Her ability to analyze data, question discrepancies, and solve problems under pressure saved the mission, and history remembers her as a hero. Katherine's story highlights the importance of critical thinking in high-stakes situations. By combining rigorous analysis with creative problem-solving, she achieved extraordinary results. 6. Overcoming common barriers to critical thinking. Even with the best intentions, everyone encounters barriers to critical thinking. Below are some common challenges and tips for overcoming them. 6.1. Emotional bias. Emotions can cloud judgment, leading to impulsive or irrational decisions. To combat this, take a step back when you're feeling overwhelmed and revisit the issue once you've calmed down. 6.2. Information overload. In today's digital age, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of information available. Focus on quality over quantity. Prioritize reliable sources and synthesize key points. 6.3. Fear of being wrong. The fear of making mistakes often prevents people from engaging in critical thinking. Embrace failure as a learning opportunity and remind yourself that growth comes from taking risks. Conclusion of Chapter 5. In this chapter, we've explored the art of developing critical thinking skills, uncovering practical strategies to help you analyze situations deeply, evaluate evidence objectively, and make reasoned decisions. From questioning assumptions and avoiding cognitive biases to practicing Socratic questioning and cultivating intellectual humility, these tools will empower you to navigate life's complexities with clarity and confidence. Remember, critical thinking is not just a skill, it's a mindset. As Carl Sagan famously said, "Somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known." By embracing curiosity, skepticism, and open-mindedness, you position yourself to discover that incredible something. Chapter 6. Fostering Lifelong Learning Habits. In this chapter, we'll explore the transformative power of lifelong learning, a mindset that empowers you to grow intellectually, emotionally, and professionally throughout your life. Lifelong learning is not just about acquiring knowledge, it's about embracing curiosity, staying adaptable, and continuously improving yourself. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, "Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever." This philosophy reminds us that learning is a journey without an endpoint. In this chapter, we'll uncover why lifelong learning matters, how to build habits that make learning a daily practice, and strategies to overcome common barriers. Let's dive in. 1. Why lifelong learning matters. In a rapidly changing world, the ability to learn and adapt is more important than ever. Lifelong learning equips you with the tools to thrive in both personal and professional contexts. 1.1. Benefits for personal growth. Lifelong learning fosters self-awareness, creativity, and resilience. It helps you discover new passions, develop skills, and gain a deeper understanding of the world around you. Whether you're learning a new language, exploring art, or studying science, each experience enriches your life and broadens your perspective. For example, Consider someone who decides to learn photography as a hobby. Not only do they acquire technical skills, but they also develop an appreciation for light, composition, and storytelling. Over time, this newfound passion may even inspire them to pursue creative projects or connect with like-minded individuals. 1.2 Advantages for career success. In today's competitive job market, continuous learning is essential for staying relevant. Industries evolve, technologies advance, and new opportunities emerge, all requiring updated skills and knowledge. By committing to lifelong learning, you position yourself as a valuable asset in any field. Take Elon Musk, for instance. Despite having no formal background in rocket science, he taught himself the fundamentals of aerospace engineering to launch SpaceX. His dedication to learning enabled him to disrupt an entire industry and achieve unprecedented success. 1.3 Contribution to society. Lifelong learners contribute to society by sharing their knowledge, solving problems, and inspiring others. Whether you're mentoring young professionals, volunteering in your community, or advocating for causes you care about, your commitment to growth creates a ripple effect of positive change. As Helen Keller famously said, "Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much." By fostering a culture of learning, you empower others to reach their full potential and collectively create a better future. 2. Strategies for building lifelong learning habits. Now that we've established the importance of lifelong learning, let's explore practical strategies to make it a consistent part of your life. These techniques will help you turn learning into a daily habit rather than an occasional activity. 2.1 Set clear goals. Goal setting provides direction and motivation for your learning journey. Without clear objectives, it's easy to lose focus or feel overwhelmed. Why it works: goals give structure to your efforts and help you measure progress. They also keep you accountable, ensuring you stay committed to your learning plan. How to practice. Start by identifying what you want to achieve. For example, if you're interested in coding, set a goal to complete a specific course or build a small project within 3 months. Break larger goals into smaller milestones to maintain momentum. Inspiration. Oprah Winfrey attributes much of her success to setting ambitious yet achievable goals. She once said, "The big secret in life is that there is no big secret. Whatever your goal, you can get there if you're willing to work." 2.2 Create a routine. Consistency is key to building any habit, including lifelong learning. Incorporating learning into your daily routine ensures it becomes a natural part of your lifestyle. Why it works: routines reduce decision fatigue and make it easier to stick to your commitments. When learning becomes a non-negotiable part of your day, it feels less like a chore and more like a rewarding habit. How to practice. Dedicate a specific time each day to learning, whether it's reading for 30 minutes before bed, listening to educational podcasts during your commute, or practicing a skill in the morning. Find what works best for you and stick to it. Inspiration. Warren Buffett spends up to 80% of his day reading and learning. He credits his success to this disciplined routine, stating, "Read 500 pages every day. That's how knowledge works. It builds up, like compound interest." 2.3 Embrace microlearning. Microlearning involves breaking down complex topics into bite-sized chunks that are easy to digest. This approach is particularly effective for busy individuals who struggle to find large blocks of time for learning. Why it works: short, focused sessions prevent cognitive overload and allow you to retain information more effectively. They also fit seamlessly into hectic schedules, making learning accessible anytime, anywhere. How to practice. Use apps like Duolingo for language learning, Coursera for online courses, or YouTube for quick tutorials. Focus on mastering one concept at a time before moving on to the next. Inspiration. Tim Ferriss, author of The 4-Hour Workweek, advocates for microlearning as a way to maximize efficiency. He emphasizes the importance of focusing on high-impact skills and mastering them quickly through deliberate practice. 2.4 Seek feedback and reflection. Feedback and reflection are essential components of effective learning. They help you identify areas for improvement and reinforce positive behaviors. Why it works: constructive feedback provides insights into blind spots, while reflection allows you to internalize lessons and apply them in real-life situations. How to practice. After completing a task or project, ask for feedback from mentors, peers, or colleagues. Reflect on your performance by asking yourself, what did I do well? What could I have done differently? How can I apply this lesson moving forward? Inspiration. Serena Williams, one of the greatest tennis players of all time, regularly seeks feedback from her coaches and reflects on her matches to refine her game. Her willingness to learn and adapt has kept her at the top of her sport for decades. 3. Overcoming barriers to lifelong learning. While lifelong learning offers immense benefits, it's not always easy to sustain. Below are some common challenges and tips for overcoming them. 3.1. Lack of time. Many people cite busyness as a barrier to learning. However, with proper prioritization, you can carve out time for growth. Solution. Use small pockets of time throughout the day, such as waiting in line or commuting, to engage in learning activities. Replace passive entertainment, e.g., scrolling social media, with educational content. 3.2. Procrastination. Procrastination often stems from fear of failure or perfectionism. To combat it, break tasks into manageable steps and celebrate small wins along the way. Solution. Use the 2-minute rule. If a learning task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. For larger tasks, commit to starting with just 5 minutes. You'll often find yourself continuing once you begin. 3.3. Loss of motivation. Motivation wanes over time, especially when results aren't immediate. To stay motivated, remind yourself of your why and track your progress visually. Solution. Keep a journal to document what you've learned and how far you've come. Surround yourself with supportive individuals who encourage your efforts and celebrate your achievements. 4. Advanced strategies for deepening lifelong learning. While the foundational strategies we've discussed are essential, there are advanced techniques that can deepen your commitment to lifelong learning and maximize its impact on your life. These methods require intentional effort but yield significant rewards over time. 4.1. Cultivate a growth-oriented environment. Your environment plays a crucial role in shaping your mindset and behavior. Surrounding yourself with people, resources, and opportunities that foster learning can accelerate your growth. Why it works. A supportive environment reinforces positive habits and provides motivation during challenging times. It also exposes you to diverse perspectives and ideas, sparking curiosity and innovation. How to practice. Build a network of like-minded individuals who share your passion for learning. Join book clubs, attend workshops, or participate in online forums related to your interests. Create a physical space at home dedicated to learning. Stock it with books, journals, and tools that inspire you. Inspiration. Bill Gates, co-founder of Microsoft, attributes much of his success to cultivating a learning-rich environment. He reads extensively, surrounds himself with brilliant minds, and frequently engages in intellectual discussions. This habit has kept him at the forefront of technological innovation for decades. 4.2. Leverage technology for learning. Technology has revolutionized access to knowledge, making lifelong learning more accessible than ever. By leveraging digital tools, you can expand your horizons and connect with global communities. Why it works. Online platforms offer flexibility, variety, and personalized learning experiences tailored to your needs. Whether you're watching instructional videos, taking interactive courses, or participating in virtual events, technology empowers you to learn anytime, anywhere. How to practice. Explore platforms like Coursera, Udemy, Khan Academy, or LinkedIn Learning to find courses aligned with your goals. Use apps like Blinkist to summarize books or Anki for spaced repetition. Follow thought leaders on social media to stay updated on industry trends. Inspiration. Sal Khan, founder of Khan Academy, transformed education by providing free, high-quality learning resources to millions worldwide. His platform demonstrates how technology can democratize access to knowledge and empower learners of all ages. 4.3. Combine learning with action. True mastery comes not just from consuming information but from applying what you've learned in real-world contexts. Combining theory with practice solidifies your understanding and builds confidence. Why it works. Application bridges the gap between knowledge and skill. It forces you to think critically, solve problems, and adapt to challenges, skills that are invaluable in any field. How to practice. After learning a new concept, immediately look for ways to implement it. For example, if you're studying marketing, create a campaign for a personal project or volunteer organization. If you're learning a language, practice speaking with native speakers through language exchange platforms. Inspiration. Richard Branson, founder of Virgin Group, is known for his hands-on approach to learning. He often dives into unfamiliar industries, learns through experimentation, and applies his insights to build successful businesses. His willingness to take action has made him one of the most innovative entrepreneurs of our time. 5. Real-life story, Malala Yousafzai and the power of education. To illustrate the transformative power of lifelong learning, let's revisit the inspiring story of Malala Yousafzai, the youngest ever Nobel laureate. Malala grew up in Pakistan's Swat Valley, where girls' education was banned under Taliban rule. Despite facing immense danger, she refused to give up her right to learn. Her courage and determination led her to become a global advocate for girls' education, founding the Malala Fund to ensure every girl has access to quality schooling. Today, Malala continues to embody the spirit of lifelong learning. She graduated from Oxford University with a degree in philosophy, politics, and economics, using her education to amplify her advocacy efforts. Her story reminds us that learning is not just a privilege, it's a powerful tool for change. 6. Overcoming psychological barriers to lifelong learning. Even with the best strategies, psychological barriers can hinder your progress. Below are some common mental obstacles and tips for overcoming them. 6.1. Fear of failure. The fear of making mistakes often prevents people from embracing lifelong learning. To overcome this, reframe failure as a stepping stone to success. Solution. Adopt a growth mindset by viewing failures as opportunities to learn. Celebrate small victories and remind yourself that every expert was once a beginner. 6.2. Imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome, the feeling that you don't belong or aren't qualified, can undermine your confidence. To combat it, focus on your strengths and seek validation through action. Solution. Keep a success journal to document your achievements and reflect on your progress. Surround yourself with supportive mentors who believe in your potential. 6.3. Lack of curiosity. Curiosity is the fuel for lifelong learning. If you feel stuck, reignite your sense of wonder by exploring new topics or revisiting old passions. Solution. Ask questions about the world around you. Watch documentaries, visit museums, or engage in conversations with experts. Sometimes, simply stepping out of your comfort zone can spark renewed interest. Conclusion of Chapter 6. In this chapter, we've explored the importance of fostering lifelong learning habits and uncovered practical strategies to make learning a consistent part of your life. From setting clear goals and creating routines to leveraging technology and combining theory with action, these tools will help you embrace a mindset of continuous growth. Remember, lifelong learning is not just about acquiring skills, it's about becoming the best version of yourself. As Albert Schweitzer wisely said, "Example isn't another way to teach, it's the only way to teach." By committing to lifelong learning, you inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of positive change. Solution. Visualize the positive outcomes of your actions. Remind yourself why you started and how the change will improve your life. 4. Advanced strategies for effective application. While the foundational steps we've discussed are crucial, there are advanced strategies that can further enhance your ability to apply knowledge effectively. These methods require deeper commitment, but offer significant long-term benefits. 4.1. Embrace systems thinking. Systems thinking involves understanding how different components of a situation interact and influence one another. This holistic approach helps you identify root causes, anticipate consequences, and design sustainable solutions. Why it works. Many problems arise from interconnected factors rather than isolated events. By adopting a systems perspective, You address underlying issues instead of merely treating symptoms. How to practice. When faced with a challenge, map out all the elements involved and their relationships. For example, if you're trying to improve team productivity, consider factors like communication, workload distribution, and morale. Identify leverage points where small changes can yield significant improvements. Inspiration. Peter Senge, author of The Fifth Discipline, emphasizes the importance of systems thinking and organizational learning. He argues that leaders who understand complex systems are better equipped to drive meaningful change. 4.2. Leverage the power of storytelling. Storytelling is a powerful tool for conveying ideas and inspiring action. By framing your knowledge within compelling narratives, you make it relatable and memorable for others. Why it works. Stories engage emotions and create connections, making abstract concepts easier to grasp. They also inspire trust and motivate people to take action. How to practice. Use storytelling to share lessons or insights. For instance, if you're teaching financial literacy, tell a personal story about overcoming debt or achieving savings goals. Highlight challenges, decisions, and outcomes to illustrate key principles. Inspiration. Malala Yousafzai's advocacy for girls' education is deeply rooted in storytelling. Her personal experiences resonate globally, inspiring millions to join her cause. 4.3. Foster collaboration and shared learning. Collaboration amplifies the impact of applied knowledge by combining diverse perspectives and expertise. Working with others not only enhances creativity but also accelerates progress. Why it works. 2 heads are often better than 1. Collaborative efforts bring fresh ideas, distribute workloads, and provide mutual support during challenging times. How to practice. Partner with individuals or groups who complement your skills. For example, if you're developing a community project, involve local stakeholders, volunteers, and experts to ensure success. Use platforms like LinkedIn or Meetup to connect with like-minded collaborators. Inspiration. The Apollo 11 moon landing was a monumental achievement made possible by collaboration across disciplines. Engineers, scientists, and astronauts worked together seamlessly, demonstrating the power of teamwork in solving humanity's greatest challenges. 5. Real-life story, Elon Musk and the Art of Applied Innovation. To illustrate the transformative power of applying knowledge wisely, let's explore the story of Elon Musk, one of the most innovative entrepreneurs of our time. Musk didn't start with expertise in aerospace engineering or electric vehicles. He learned these fields through relentless study and hands-on experimentation. His ability to apply theoretical knowledge to real-world problems has revolutionized multiple industries. For example, when founding SpaceX, Musk faced numerous failures, including 3 consecutive rocket explosions. Instead of giving up, he analyzed each setback, iterated on designs, and eventually achieved breakthroughs that lowered the cost of space travel. Similarly, Tesla disrupted the automotive industry by combining cutting-edge technology with sustainable energy solutions. Elon Musk's story demonstrates that wisdom isn't just about knowing, it's about doing. By taking bold risks, embracing failure, and persistently applying knowledge, he has transformed visionary ideas into reality. 6. Overcoming psychological barriers to application. Even with the best strategies, psychological barriers can hinder your ability to apply knowledge effectively. Below are some common mental obstacles and tips for overcoming them. 6.1. Imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome, the feeling that you're not qualified or capable, can prevent you from putting your knowledge into practice. To combat it, focus on your strengths and celebrate incremental progress. Solution: keep a success journal to document achievements and reflect on how far you've come. Surround yourself with supportive mentors who believe in your potential. 6.2. Perfectionism. Perfectionism often leads to paralysis because it sets unrealistic standards. To overcome it, embrace imperfection and prioritize progress over perfection. Solution: set deadlines for completing tasks, even if they're not flawless. Remind yourself that done is better than perfect, and iteration will lead to improvement over time. 6.3. Lack of accountability. Without accountability, it's easy to lose motivation and abandon goals. To stay on track, enlist the help of others to hold you accountable. Solution: share your goals with a trusted friend, mentor, or coach. Schedule regular check-ins to review progress and discuss challenges. Conclusion of Chapter 7. In this final chapter, we've explored the critical step of applying knowledge wisely to achieve real-world results. From starting small and aligning actions with values to experimenting, iterating, and fostering collaboration, these strategies will help you turn insights into impactful actions. Remember, true wisdom lies not in hoarding knowledge but in using it to create positive change. As Albert Einstein famously said, "The measure of intelligence is the ability to change." By applying what you've learned, you demonstrate adaptability, resilience, and a commitment to growth. Audiobook Conclusion. As we reach the end of Smart People Keys to Become Smarter Every Day, let's take a moment to reflect on the key lessons we've explored together. Understanding intelligence. We uncovered the different types of intelligence: logical, mathematical, emotional, and creative, and how they shape our lives. Building a growth mindset. We learned to embrace challenges, persist through setbacks, and celebrate effort as the foundation for lifelong growth. Mastering memory techniques. From mnemonics to visualization, we discovered powerful tools to enhance our ability to retain and recall information. Enhancing focus and productivity. By eliminating distractions, prioritizing tasks, and optimizing our environment, we unlock the secrets to sustained focus. Developing critical thinking skills. We sharpened our ability to analyze situations deeply, question assumptions, and make reasoned decisions. Fostering lifelong learning habits. We embraced curiosity, built routines, and leveraged technology to make learning a daily practice. Applying knowledge wisely. Finally, we bridged the gap between theory and action, turning what we've learned into real-world results. These lessons are not just ideas. They're tools you can use to transform your life. Each chapter has equipped you with actionable strategies to grow smarter, stronger, and more fulfilled every single day. Now that you've completed this audiobook, I want to take a moment to acknowledge your commitment to personal growth. The fact that you've invested your time and energy into this journey speaks volumes about your determination to become the best version of yourself. Remember, growth is not a destination, it's a continuous process. There will be days when progress feels slow, and challenges may seem insurmountable. But within you lies an incredible reservoir of potential waiting to be unleashed. I urge you to take the lessons from this audiobook and put them into practice immediately. Start small, stay consistent, and trust the process. Over time, these small actions will compound into extraordinary achievements. As Helen Keller once said, "Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. Believe in yourself, stay optimistic, and keep pushing forward. You are capable of achieving greatness." Before we part ways, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to you, dear listener. Thank you for joining me on this wisdom journey. Your presence here means the world to me, and it inspires me to continue creating content that empowers and uplifts. If you've found value in this audiobook, I kindly ask you to take a moment to support Wisdom Audiobooks. Like this video to help us reach more people who can benefit from its message. Share it with friends, family, or anyone who might find inspiration in its lessons. Subscribe to our channel for more insightful content designed to help you grow smarter every day. Your support fuels our mission to spread knowledge, inspire action, and create a community of lifelong learners. Together, we can make a difference, one mind at a time. As we conclude, I leave you with this final thought: the pursuit of wisdom is one of the most noble endeavors in life. It enriches your mind, expands your horizons, and empowers you to leave a lasting impact on the world. So, go forth with courage and conviction. Apply what you've learned, share your knowledge with others, and never stop seeking growth. Thank you again for being part of this journey. Until next time, this is Wisdom Audiobooks signing off. Keep shining brightly, you are truly unstoppable.